Hello, everyone. Donna Maria here, the Lifestyle CEO, and welcome back to my channel. I want to invite you to subscribe and click the notification bell if you are interested in what we talk about here at this channel, which is all about being a lifestyle CEO, which, in case you don't remember from yesterday's video, is a person who owns and manages and leads a business, not just for financial reasons, but also because of the benefits of entrepreneurship, independence, flexibility, and fun that it provides for them, and also the lifestyle benefits. And that's why I started my business 25 years ago, and we are here at this channel to help you do the same thing. So yesterday, Ranch Vision Achievement posted a comment on my video yesterday all about why it is so important and really urgent for you to create some sort of a business of your own so you have some control over your income and how you secure your future. And her question, or his question, I'm not sure which, and thank you so much for the question and for watching my video yesterday. The question was, how do you know what is the right business for you? And that's a great question. A lot of people had it. I had it when I started my business. And by the way, the business that I have owned and led for 25 years is not the first business that I had. So I had to tinker a little bit until I found the right business for me. But Ranch Vision Achievement, thank you for asking that question. I created a Venn diagram for you to try to help answer that question. But before we get to the diagram, I just want you to know that there really is no exact and perfect right or wrong answer to that question, because the first thing I want you to know is that all of us can probably run any number of different types of businesses. Like there's more than one business that you could probably be successful at. So having said that, this diagram and the principles that I share in it will help you to kind of narrow things down, because your first challenge is to look at the fact that you probably have a ton of business options to choose from. So the first thing you need to do is narrow that down and eliminate some of them. Because what happens when we see a million options is we get confused and we get overwhelmed, and then we don't do anything. And that's the last thing you want to do, is nothing, right? So ultimately, you're going to have to narrow down your options from a whole lot to a small number of options, and then you're just going to have to pick one. And you're going to have to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself with the idea that you have to pick the perfect one. You don't have to pick the perfect one. You just have to pick one and get started. You got to get started, and then you can tinker around with things from there. Okay. So here's the Venn diagram. As you'll notice, it's three circles, right? There's three circles here, and we're going to go over each one. And when these circles overlap in the middle, there's your sweet spot. That's the business, okay? Or those are the best business options for you. When these three things align in the middle, and they can align in more than one way. You might have more than one business in here that's good for you. But when these three things align and you have the overlap in there, that's your sweet spot. Those are the business ideas that you want to go for. All right, so look up here. The first one is up here at the top, is what people want or need and will pay for. Okay, so you want to look out into the marketplace and kind of see if you can identify some needs or wants in the marketplace that either aren't being met, or that maybe are being met, but aren't being met in the way that you can meet them. Okay, so we'll dive into that a little bit more, but start thinking about that, because you don't want to offer anything that people don't want or need, right? So you got to be able to offer something that people want or need and they will pay for, right? That's important because you got to make money. So what do people want or need and will pay for? The next thing is what you enjoy using often or doing and do well. Okay, so if you want to sell a product, a great idea is a product that's in the arena that you already use, like something along the lines of something that you already use. And if you want to sell a service, maybe sell something that you already do and do well, right? Not just something you do, but something you do really well, like something that you do easily and better than other people, or something that you do well that other people struggle with, right? Okay, so a product or a service that you use often or do well, right? And the third one is something that you strongly believe in. right? Something that makes you excited, that you can get really excited about and happy about, that makes you swing from the chandeliers, that turns you on. Like you don't want to have a business that you're bored in, right? That doesn't excite you, that doesn't let you just get up every morning and go, ugh, like you don't want that kind of business because you're not going to be able to have any fun. It's not going to enthuse you. And if it doesn't enthuse you and make you excited, it's not going to excite anyone else. You're not going to be able to sell anything, right? So those three things are really important and they've got to align. All right. So let's look at them one more time. All right. What do people want or need and they'll pay for? What you strongly believe in and what you enjoy using, like a product you enjoy using or something you do and do really well. When those three things come together, look what happens in here. What happens in here is when you have something that people want or need and will pay for and something and you enjoy doing, right in there, you got a product or service that people will buy. Right in there, a product or a service, something you use, something you do, something people want or need and will pay for, product or service, right in there. All right, now let's look over here. Something people want or need and will pay for, and something you strongly believe in. Right in there, there's your sales and marketing. Okay, because if people want it or need it, and you strongly believe in it, you'll be able to talk about it all day long and people respond to it because they want it or need it. Those two things, when they overlap, you've got your sales and marketing right there because they are already interested in it because they want it or need it. And you can talk about it with your eyes closed and your hands tied behind your back 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because it makes you happy. It makes you excited, right? I can talk about entrepreneurship all day long. My family members tell me, just can we talk about something else? Sure, we can. But if you ever want to talk about this, just call me because I could talk about it all day long. It just lights me up. Like wind me up and let me go. I can talk about it all day long. Other topics, I can talk about them, yeah, but they don't make me excited. This one, all day, all night, all the time, forever, right? Okay, right in there. Okay, and let's look down here, what you strongly believe in and what you enjoy, right in there. Your talents, your gifts, and your skills, right? Your talents, like what you're good at, right? Your gifts, like what's been given to you naturally. You don't have to work at it. And your skills, these are things you've accumulated over time, right? You've studied them. Maybe you went to school, you took a class, you got a certificate, right? Your skills are in there. All these things align so that you strongly believe in them and you enjoy them right in there. Okay. When you combine all these things together, right there in the middle is your clue, right? So there may be more than one opportunity in here for you, more than one thing. Make your list, put your opportunities right in there. There may be 10, 12, there may be 20, there may be a whole lot in here. Once you get all those things listed in there, okay, when you see where these circles, these configurations align for your sweet spot opportunities, then you have to get to work, right? You've got to make your list and start thinking. Okay, you've got to look at that list and then you got to look at your life. What on this list does not align with the kind of life you want, right? Eliminate those things right away. Just eliminate them. If the things on that list, you look at them and you go, wow, well, I could do that. I could make money. People need it. I like it. It aligns with my skills and talents and so forth, but that's not the kind of business I want. Of all the things listed here, that would be low on the list. Just mark it off. And hopefully you can end up with maybe 3 or 4 things. And then you can start figuring out which one of those you want to start with, right? Don't be concerned about like being perfect and picking the perfect one, making a mistake. 9 times out of 10, you will make a mistake. Like it's not going to be perfect, but don't ruin your entire journey by trying to be perfect. Don't mess everything up by overthinking it too much. Pick one and get started. Pick the one that turns you on the most. Pick the one that you think will work out the most. Talk to some friends, right? Maybe join a couple of clubs or associations, trade associations in those 2 or 3 things. Join the associations. It's worth $100 or so per association to join. Find out how those people run their businesses, learn from them, take some classes, and maybe go to a couple of meetings where those sorts of people hang out, go to a trade show or something so you can learn about them and find out how they work. There's Facebook groups and communities where people in those industries hang out. Find out, is it hard? Well, everything's going to be probably hard. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, it's not going to be a cakewalk, right? So find out what makes it hard. Do you want to deal with that kind of hard, or do you want to deal with another kind of hard? Because you're going to have to choose your hard, right? And none of this stuff is going to be a walk in the park, but you're going to have to make some choices and you're going to have to get started. And then you can learn from other people. Right? You're going to make your own mistakes, but you can make fewer mistakes when you learn from the mistakes that other people have already made. Watch some YouTube videos, do some Googling, set yourself up for as much success as you can possibly have and minimize the mistakes that you're going to make. Hopefully, this has been helpful to you. I'll hold it up here on the screen for anybody who wants to take a screenshot of it. There we go. This is what you can use no matter where you are, what kind of life you have, what you're doing, to try and narrow down all of your options to a few that you can actually sit with, meditate on, talk it over with your significant other, your friends, trusted community members, and ask them what they think. What do they see in you? What do they see you doing? What do you think would make the best business opportunity for you? And just follow up on that. But what I don't want you to do is like spend so much time ruminating on this and looking for the absolute perfect thing to come along and be perfect for you that you do nothing. That's what a lot of people do. They do nothing. And they come to Thanksgiving dinner and they're all excited and they talk about what they're going to doing. And then they show up 12 months later and they're still talking about the same thing and they've done nothing. Don't do that to yourself. Get started, do something. And this is a framework that you can use to get yourself started. And I hope it is helpful. So thank you again for that question. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know how this works for you. I want your feedback. Spend an hour or so doing this exercise. Tell me if it works for you. Tell me if it brings up any other questions. And if you've watched this video and you have some suggestions for how people can narrow down their entrepreneurial options, post them in the comments. Let's have a discussion. What did I miss? Maybe I missed something. Tell me what it is, and we can all continue on this journey together. Thank you so much. Again, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of future videos. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.